In this film, I'll be talking about 6 TV shows from 3 different genres. I'll be talking about conventions, narratives, and which format they are. The first genre I'll be talking about is comedy. The main conventions of a sitcom are location, the same cast and episodes usually half an hour long. It obviously has to be funny, something to make you laugh, the camera shots are obviously prepared and sourced throughout the comedy. The main genre of comedy is a sitcom. So for example, the In-Betweeners shows the use of the conventions, such as the location, which is in the school, is funny and the cast is always the same. The narratives to In-Betweeners is linear narrative, as it goes straight through the episode in order with no flashbacks, and there's also a closed narrative, which when there is no cliffhanger at the end of each episode. And finally, the format to the In-Betweeners is a series. The In-Betweeners has had 3 series with each series having 6 episodes, with each episode being 30 minutes long.
Because of the vibration. Is it? Yeah. That's why there are no female superbike champions. They all get too horny and have to stop and bud themselves off all the time.
It's the 4 of us, the lads, attend to a load of beers.
Sounds like a bent version of Brokeback Mountain.
My next example, the all-time great, Friends. Firstly, Friends is filmed by using multi-camera techniques. This means more than one camera is used to film. As you can see, the location is the same, either the cafe or their apartment, with the cast all being the same and in every episode. All these examples of sitcom comedy which contain all the conventions required to make a successful comedy sitcom. The narrative to Friends is mostly a linear narrative, but some episodes can be non-linear, but most episodes within the series doesn't contain any flashbacks, but there are some episodes that show flashbacks of the cast when they were younger, for example. Each episode is mostly a closed narrative, if you know how the episode ended, but sometimes there is an episode Friends use an open narrative, meaning we don't know what's going to happen next, like a cliffhanger. The format to Friends is a series. There were 10 series, with each series being 24 episodes long, apart from the last series, which there was 20 episodes. Friends went on from 1994 to 2004. Each episode would be a duration of 30 minutes long, with some specials of 1 hour long.
If you had seen what was on this tape, believe me, you would have some comments. All right, now, remember, I got paid a lot of money for this, and it only aired in Japan.
My second genre is crime. The main conventions of crime are things such as the police, murder, arrests, forensics, chases, and a shot reverse shot. Murder is one of the main ones, as murder is often the most common scenario in crime programmes, such as Midsomer Murders and Whitechapel. Crime programmes often have to make the audience think to who's done what. The shot reverse is often very common to show and pick up very important information for the audience. So for example, Midsomer Murders. Midsomer Murders is a very popular crime programme, and one which will show main conventions of a crime, such as the police being involved, arrests, shot reverse shot, and in some episodes a chase. These conventions are used to meet expectations to the audience and make the best crime programme as possible. The narrative to Midsomer Murders is a non-linear narrative, as it isn't always in chronological order. For example, that may be flashbacks of how someone was killed. Midsomer Murders is often both open and closed narrative depending on the episode. For example, one episode they still might be trying to solve the case and may lead on to the next episode with a cliffhanger. The format of Midsomer Murders is a series with usually 6 episodes in a series, with 16 series being filmed at 1 hour long, with some episodes having 2 parts.
Nothing to do with cheese. The maggots on Oliver Ordish's corpse were put there deliberately to throw suspicion onto Helen Caxton. Another girl from that photograph was being punished.
There's only Beatrix and Haley left.
Well, let's talk to them then, and to the woman who knows how to push their buttons.
My next example is Whitechapel. This again meets the conventions of a crime, with murder again being one of the main scenarios, as it makes the best TV. But with Whitechapel, their crime is always related to Victorian crime, so it's different to other programmes. The shot reverse shot is used to pick up vital information for the audience to witness important information, what the characters are saying. In some episodes, Whitechapel also has chases, which also meets another convention. All these conventions are needed to create a good, successful crime programme. Whitechapel, again similar to Midsummer Murders, is a non-linear narrative as it contains flashbacks and it isn't always from point to point throughout the story. Flashbacks may be used to show something which has happened already in a previous scene from someone else's perspective. It's both open and closed narrative, with some episodes having everything resolved and some episodes having everything so up in the air, no one knowing what's going to happen next. Whitechapel is a series. There were 4 series of 18 episodes overall. Each episode is around 1 hour long, but most episodes have 2 parts to it, with the first episode leaving an open narrative ending for the second episode to be solved and everything known. Recently, it has been announced that ITV have ditched the programme. My third and final genre is horror. Horror is known for scaring people, building up suspense and anticipation, so the conventions have to be spot on to meet the audience's demands. The main conventions of a horror programme is death, as people will obviously be dying because that's a part of the stereotypical horror. There will be blood, often scary woodlands as it's good landscape, suspense to the audience so it's on edge of their seat. Police at some point involved and loud noises again to build suspense and anticipation. This also draws the audience, the screen is centre of attention and nobody knows what will happen next. My first example of a horror programme is The Walking Dead. This meets the conventions of a horror as there is death with zombies all over the programme and a bunch of people trying to survive. There is also a lot of blood to show the gore. The convention of it as being scary is vital, and The Walking Dead does this as the zombies can randomly pop up and scare the audience. There is suspense to keep the audience on edge and loud noises to also do this as well. The Walking Dead is a non-linear narrative, but some episodes could use the use of flashbacks and linear narrative. The flashbacks may be used to show something that's happened previously in the story, so we can see what the character on screen could be thinking of, and the audience gets a clearer indication of what is going on. Non-linear narrative is used as it's from one end to the other. It's rarely interrupted with scenes which aren't in order of what is going on through the story. It can be an open and closed narrative. For example, some episodes may have open narratives so nothing is confirmed. Things are still open, so this leads on to the next episode where they may be more explained. But there are closed episodes where everything is solved, something new can happen next. The Walking Dead is a series with so far 4 series being filmed. The 4th series still on telly. Over the 4 series there have been 41 episodes, with a 5th series being announced which is set to return late 2014.
We need a place to go.
My next example for a horror programme is the American Horror Story. Again, the conventions of this are similar, as murder is used in the programme, which will lead to death. Police then get involved to sometimes investigate any situations. The camera shots of the programme also shows one convention of a horror, as there is a lot of close-ups, extreme close-ups, ground shots and long shots, so the audience doesn't know who the person is or what they're doing, as it plays a significant role in the story. The use of loud noises creates suspense that draws the viewer into the centre of attention. American Horror Story episode to episode is often a closed narrative, as most things are resolved, but you do not know which situation may pop up next. Some episodes do use an open narrative though, so we don't know what's going to lead on from this, and this is a very good tool to get more viewers and watch the next episodes. This programme is a non-linear narrative as it goes in all order, but again, like most programmes, especially horrors, there may be the use of flashbacks to show something that's previously happened which we didn't know about, or to show what a character is thinking or inform us of a previous part of their life. The format of American Horror Stories is a series. 4 series have been confirmed, but so far there have been 3 series filmed, with the 3rd still on telly. There have been 32 episodes with an hour long each episode.